Hello everyone, today I'll be helping you on how to play All Directions by Rival Songs on standard tuning. On studio versions and live versions the song is on open D. So what I'm doing is taking the parts from that tuning and translating them into standard. I'm gonna do another video on how to play the song on open D tuning. But for now, I'm gonna be teaching you all of the parts including the two main riff of the second part of the song. So let's get to it. The first chord progression, it's the intro and also what happens before the big break into the distortion part of the song. We're going to be playing a D major 7 and a B minor. For the D major 7, second fret on the high E, B and G and also the open D, play the chord from the high E to the D, like that, okay? And then the B minor is A and high E on the second fret, B on the third fret, G and D on the fourth fret. That's it, that's the intro. When you go from the D to the B, play the open A, second fret on the A, and then you do the B minor. Then we get into this chord riff that sounds like this. Okay, so you start by playing the open D, and then G, B, and D on the 10th fret once, then open D again, then you're gonna play this. D on the 9th fret, G on the 7th fret, and B on the 8th fret. Then play the open D, and the same shape you played before, you're gonna play it again, just that down 2 frets, okay? Then play the open D again, and then you play a D major. You can do it like this, or just a D on the 4th fret, G on the 2nd fret, and B on the 3rd fret. Then you do a C major chord. You can play the entire C major, A sharp major. The entire A sharp major about on the 6th fret, G on the 7th fret, D and A on the 8th fret. Or you can just play it like this. I like to play the triad and arpeggiate the chord. You're gonna play that and then 7th fret on the low E, and on the D, G, and B, the 7th fret too. Okay, so you go from A sharp to, I guess, B minor 7. Remember, focus on the B, G, and D, and also on the low E string. After you do that twice, you're gonna go into the next chord progression. From this B minor 7, you're gonna go to C major. The same shape you use for the A sharp, just now 2 frets up. Okay, you can play the entire chord too. Down to G, so the 3rd fret. Back to A sharp, 6th fret. Then C, back to A sharp, down 1 fret to A. Okay. This is the second chord progression, right? We want the intro, then the little chord riff, and then this chord progression. Now the next chord progression is going to start with the D major 7. G major, okay, we played that before, to A, we also played that before, back to G, and that's the whole thing. And then you do this second chord progression, but you start half into the chord progression. You don't go to the C and then to the G. You go straight to the A sharp. Then C. A sharp. A. So you missed half of the chord progression. The part that's left is the what's behind the main riffs of the song. It's gonna be the same chord progression we did in the intro. D major 7 to B minor. Okay, you're gonna repeat that, and then just before the big break of the song, we're gonna play a D. I like to play a D power chord. So open D, G on the 2nd fret, B on the 3rd fret. I like to build the chord up. And then you jump to both riffs. The first riff, you're gonna start by playing 3 on the A, hammer on to 5, and then play that twice. On the A, and then 1 on the low E, hammer on to 3, 3 on the A, back to 3 on the low E, 3 on the D, 5 on the A, and then do 2 hammer-ons from 3 to 5 on the D, 3 on the D to 5 on the A. And that's the first riff. The first distorted riff, I should say. And then the second riff, it's almost the same. The first part, it's what changes. Instead of going to, you're gonna do, and then, so what you'll do is 2 hammer-ons from 5 to 7 on the D, then 5 to 3 on the D to 5 on the A, and then you do the same thing. Okay, so first riff, and then second riff, And that's it, my friends. That's everything for all directions on standard tuning.